That was good.
That was a good one. I like the new
that.
That was a good new intro. We'll probably pop the mics a little bit.
Oh, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
It happened. It happened. Welcome back. What we learned this week, episode 41. We're past the 40s now. We're getting there.
God, that's weird.
We got, what, 11 more episodes after this before our first year.
Dude.
Pretty crazy.
11 weeks.
Pretty
11 weeks.
crazy.
That's nuts.
It's going to go by in no time.
Right?
Dude.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I want to just get this off my chest right away. Remember how we posted and said that we were going to come out with new content over the weekend? We didn't.
We didn't.
Now, however, we did come up with like the plan. We came up with the topics. We know how we're going to set it up. So we still did.
I'd say like
it's in setup. You know what I mean? Like we can tell you. We can tell you more about it. So it's going to be like a 15, 20-minute segment. It's going to be me and Drake. It's going to be called Coffee Talks, I believe is what we're going to call it.
Yes.
It'll be for Patreon members exclusive. So don't forget to join patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. Sign up there. And anyone that signs up gets it. So even if you do the lowest tier at $1 a month, you still get it. If you do the highest tier at, I think it's like $25 a month, you definitely get it. You get extra shit then too. You get like a merchandise and shit. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a good feature.
Speaking of merchandise, segue.
Dude.
Our new merchandise website is up. We have mugs with our mugs on it. We have T-shirts. We have socks. We have hoodies.
Yep.
We have stickers. Everything. Like we started using a new site. It should be way more mainstream now for everyone. So hopefully you all love it. It's on our Facebook page. It's in the description for our YouTube page right there. You'll just click on the little merch. It's teespring.com is what we use now. So that's really exciting because it's automating everything for us. So all
Which
I have
also
to do,
shout out to Teespring. For
Teespring's
having such
killing
an
it.
awesome
Like,
website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a phenomenal platform. Like, love what they're doing with their stuff.
Sponsored.
So not sponsored.
Yeah.
Little hashtag.
Hashtag not sponsored. So yeah, be sure to check them out or check out our new merch site. All the new merchandise will be coming out with new stuff all the time now that it's so easy for us to create it. So check it out. Like us on Facebook, all that fun stuff. You know, just get that all that out of the way early. You know what I mean? Just gotta
Follow us on the gram.
It was
The
good.
gram.
On the
We're on the
gram.
Instagrams. WWLTW _podcast or
Is it underscore
regular
podcast? I think it is just.
I think it's on. Is it just regular podcast?
Underscore, yeah, it's on it.
I just started trying out Instagram because I've never. Like, I'm not really huge into social media, but I wanted to kind of create more of like a personal brand, and it's an interesting.
It's a
fun one.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's a
honest,
unique
it's fun.
setup, that's for sure.
I mean, I like it for the most part, but I don't know why it's such like a big phenomenon with people. I guess,
Once you get into it, don't mind me just fucking your mic.
Let's get in there.
Who's Mike?
I'm just getting in there.
Who's Mike?
There we go. Fixed it. Fixed that
man,
little
that's
band
good,
right
that's
there. Yeah. So welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
We're here.
This is
in
what,
flesh.
episode 40?
41.
41,
41,
dude. What
Episode
the
42.
fuck?
42. Yeah.
It's 42.
Yeah.
Is it 42?
It's 41, dude. I looked it up before we
God.
started the show. It's 41.
Good on you.
Hell yeah. So, anyways, should we get the skills out of the way right away?
Yeah.
The ones from last week.
Yeah, we'll just bust them
we
out.
have been. Last week, I thought we weren't going to get skills out of the way before the podcast
dude.
ended.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's get those done right
All
away.
right.
All right.
So,
what was your skill last week?
my skill last week was I wanted to learn how to style my beard.
Yes, and
Now, I do not represent it properly. Yeah, in the mugs.
sorry, just keep
No,
going.
no. But I do not represent it properly. It's not as it should be currently because I woke up like 10 minutes before we started recording this.
Yeah,
But
that happens.
I bought a hair dryer. I fucking started going into tutorials about brushing.
And let me tell you, this
combing.
hairdryer
Top
was so nice that it impressed
Notch.
girls. Like girls
Really?
that were there were like, wow,
Yeah.
this is a nice hairdryer.
Yeah, it's got like the
dryer.
attachments and like
wow,
the hair stuff
wow.
and like the fucking
Yeah.
fin attachment. Yeah,
Damn, dude.
So yeah,
You went
and
all
it looks
in.
good. It looks really like
Yeah,
once.
he had it styled yesterday, and I was like, damn, that his beard looks nice.
I was waiting for you to be like, and then I immediately broke it.
oh no, I bought
Just
the warranty.
immediately.
Immediately singed my hair off.
Because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I have a template and I understand the premise of it, so it's
Yeah.
like trial and error just to beat it up until it gets to where it needs to be.
Right.
But until it's like muscle memory, I'm gonna be playing a lot with it. So I want to make sure I got the warranty and
sure.
stuff.
I don't think
just in
I've
case.
once ever used a hair dryer before, to be honest.
Maybe in high school.
I don't know.
Yeah, I used a flattening iron. I never used a
Yeah.
hair dryer.
Maybe. I don't. I know I had one, so I must have used it for something. I don't even know where it's at now, but I had one at one point. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, man.
What about you, man? What was your skill?
My skill for this week was to make $1,000 in a week.
And how'd that go?
I got like 50% of the way there.
Yeah, you got $500.
But I did a lot of different things. So I did Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash all this weekend, and then I also did some stuff during the week to try to make some extra cash. So like,
Oh yeah, son.
it was a lot of work, but honestly, shout out to DoorDash. As
No,
well,
that's what
'cause,
I'm saying. I love
you
working
kind of
for
turned me on to that
DoorDash,
a little
yeah.
bit, and I was like, man, that's easy
Hashtag
cash.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored again.
But yeah,
But-
I love DoorDash. I love it. I mean, it's easy money. It's,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, like for some of those rides that I was doing, it's just like, oh, pick up this thing at McDonald's and you make like $9. And it's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, it's literally pick up an order and it's
Do
like
something
you're
that I was
good
going to do anyways. Like, sure.
I was already going to McDonald's.
to go. Deal. Yeah.
I'll go back and use that $9 and go get a
exactly.
Big Mac.
Yeah, so shout out to DoorDash. Awesome. Love they're helping entrepreneurs all over the place.
Yeah,
trying
seriously.
to make some extra cash. Nice. So mine for the week was to set up the extra content show that we're doing. It is, like I said, set up at the beginning of the show. I said that it is set up. We have everything that we need for it. We have topics that we've discussed on it, how we want to roll with the show, if it wants to go closer to like what we do with this, or if it wants to be something different. We have all that planned out. So it is coming. First episode may not be a weekend episode. We may just do it on a whim during the week. But we're going to try and do them for weekend episodes because that just seems to work out.
Yeah,
best
it's
for our
more
schedules.
fluent.
Yeah, so be on the lookout. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah.
All right, should we get the new skills out of the way then?
Yeah, we can do
let's
that.
do it.
Cool. Let's go. What you got?
I want to.
No.
Can't do it. It's actually,
See, and that's what
it's actually illegal in the United States.
It's super funny because that's no, I think this week.
Keep going. I'm just gonna
This
do
week
this
I
every
want
single
to,
time I take a sip.
I want to really hunker down and fix up everything that I got going on with my vehicles right now.
Oh yeah,
That's a good idea.
like mechanic wise, fix them up.
Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff I can do in house, I just have to get the parts for it because I
Yeah.
have like monetary tools that I have in my trunk. But there's a lot of stuff that's going wrong with the Blueberry, and I gotta fix her up.
With the Blueberry?
Yeah, or let her go. Dude, she's had that nickname for
Oh, I've never heard that one. That's great.
multiple owners. But
You should tell them what kind of car it is so that way they can know for reference.
You should just tell everyone what kind of. You should tell
It's-
them what your license plate number
Yeah,
is. Actually,
yeah, probably yeah.
Social security number. as
I-
I,
well,
I
too.
actually
Yeah.
probably wouldn't tell them what kind of car you have because you have literally the only one that I've seen
Yeah.
in this
Really?
area.
Yeah.
I've never seen another one of his vehicle in this area.
So never mind.
It's safe to say it's a small car, which
very
is
small car.
counterintuitive because like I'm tall.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's like clown
Yeah.
small.
Oh, I've been there. I used to have a Sunfire.
Oh,
And-
wow.
and
Shit. Big dude for a Sunfire.
And it was a stick shift as well, so having that extra legroom was terrible. I had to have. I was basically
Jesus.
sitting in the back seat
Why
driving
would you
this
drive that fucking
Yeah.
thing?
thing. It was cheap, and
dude,
it
for
was so
sure.
cheap.
Fuck it
For
up.
sure.
Fuck it up.
That's why I
Yeah.
still have the Blueberry.
I was
man,
driving
is
this
'cause
thing, it's just like
it's got yeah. You might as well have just been Flintstoning. the
seriously.
car.
Yeah,
I love it.
might as well have just push my feet through it.
Oh, awesome.
Jesus.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's
fixing,
yeah.
You're gonna fix up. Are we focusing on just the car, or the motorcycle too?
Oh no, the motorcycle's good to go.
Okay,
I just
so
have
you just
to
gotta focus on the
re-up
car.
on my plates and stuff and
yeah.
everything else for the next season. Everything else is pretty much good.
Nice.
yeah, that's what's up.
nice.
Yeah.
I want a motorcycle really bad. I've always wanted an Indian dark horse.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh my god, they're so gorgeous.
I want a little
I mean,
cafe
outside of
racer,
that
but I'm just
being-
afraid I'll kill myself. That's all. Even on a cafe racer, which is not anything
still have
hot
fun.
roddy, I just
Yeah.
feel like I'd probably end up killing myself.
I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to kill Jake too.
Just gonna see him like walking to go get a coffee.
Heard it here first, folks. Walker's gonna kill me.
Attempted homicide on record. But yeah, no, it's a good time, man. It's a real good time.
Yeah.
It's definitely if you ever want to play around, just let me know during.
Oh, I might
during
hit you
the
up
summer.
on that. Yeah.
And I'll show you the ropes because you ever rode like a motorcycle
I have,
or
yeah, a
dirt
couple
bike and
times.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've only ever been on friends' motorcycles.
I've been on
but-
dirt
Gotcha.
bikes, but
I'm gonna call my buddy and get his bike, and we'll fucking
Little guy?
have it,
It'd be
yeah.
fun, man.
nice.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
is.
So what do you got? What do you got for a skill, dog?
What do I have for the skill for this week? I'm gonna get partially out of debt this week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like.
What's the accumulated total debt?
Do you really want
That's
to know the
really
answer to that
personal.
question? You want to know the answer to that question? Because there's a lot of things that contribute to that. So there's personal stuff. There's
Professional.
professional. There's probably around
All right. How much debt do you want to alleviate this week?
it's all of it. No, I'm kidding. All right, so I'm going to start off with at least creating a system for paying off. Like I want to
Regular
start like the
payments to-
debt snowball type thing.
Jesus,
So
just
like
popped that mic. We got to get pop filters for these
Yeah, we
things.
do.
Yeah, we do.
Just regular, like you want.
I'm gonna pay off
something
one of my credit card loans this week.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm gonna create a system. Like, you remember how it was like a week or two ago? I had the residual income
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
going.
yeah.
I think I'm going to set up a system where that automatically pays my credit card.
Yeah, there you go.
Every single month.
Nice.
So that way it just pays itself off.
I would
over
say
time.
I'd pay my credit card bill off this month, but it's a big credit card bill. I don't think that's getting paid off this month.
So my goal.
Unless I get my tax return. Hey, tax return season. What
Hey,
up?
yo, you don't mind?
I'm
I'll get
gonna
taken
need
by
it.
the
I'm
Huh?
gonna need
cord.
I'm trying to pay this credit card off before I get my tax return, so that my tax return is just extra money to throw in my savings. You know what I mean? Or to take a trip.
There you go.
I think I'm going to have to put all of mine into savings this year.
I never get mine. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't ever get
some
much.
of us do.
Yeah, I don't ever get much, but
The one good thing about going to school is I have these debts or these loans that I get money for the interest that I paid on. So
oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, so that's kind of nice. I get
Yeah.
a couple hundred extra out of that. But so yeah,
But yeah, so I'm just gonna set up a system where I'm automatically paying off debt every single week.
Nice.
Because I think that I need that.
I like it. I'm a fan.
Want to alleviate some of that frustration.
Heck
Yeah.
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 Always take the ones that have the higher APR and get rid of those first. That's the way to do
Yarp.
it. Yep.
Yarp.
So let's see. For me this week, so I had one that I had thought about earlier in the week.
Go ahead.
What was that?
What was that?
Well, be honest. Pulled on my nose. And I got a boogie.
Did you just flick?
Flick it in my office.
I'll find it. Don't worry.
Cool. Yeah, Walker, we wanted to have this nice meeting in your office, but there was a booger on the wall.
I can't tell if that's a booger or not.
There is equipment all
It
over
wasn't.
here.
It wasn't like a fucking chunk of snot. It was really like I felt like a grain, and I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of that. And then
But you made sure that it was on camera. You could.
I'm not just gonna-
look. You could put your hand literally here,
Yeah.
and you couldn't. You
but
could
they
have just.
they saw me fuck with my nose. So when I realized, because there was an immediate, I can't hide things. So there was an immediate
Just be all
response. And I
theatrical
was like,
about it.
whoa,
It's like you
that's-
looked at the camera as you did it.
I know.
To
Because I
make
was
sure
like,
that
I'm
your
gonna
hand
do this now.
was in-
Yeah.
You saw it here first, folks.
Better run like I'm booger flicking. Good at rapping. I'm trying to get gooder with it.
It took us, 10 minutes to devolve into madness?
In the madness. Well, it is, potentially the
Christ,
ill
Drake.
mind of Hobbs. And,
It's all right. I think it's funny.
yeah.
Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by a booger flicker.
I apologize.
Anyways, so I had a skill earlier this week that I wanted to do, and it was to drink more water.
Yeah.
Just get my water intake up to the proper healthy amounts.
So what's with the vodka?
That's water, asshole.
It's fire water.
It's fire water. It burns as it goes down.
Nice.
So yeah, that was one of the goals. But now, as of today, I might want to do a new goal. I discovered microgreen growing, which I am super interested in. So for those of you that don't know, I love plants. I love going to plant nurseries. I love going to like the big conservatories where they have plants at and everything. I don't know why. It's just like an odd passion that
Should
I
be a
enjoy.
botanist.
Right? I'd be a botanist.
That could be fun.
So yeah, I was looking online today and I was just scrolling through YouTube and this video came up. It was like a featured video of like how to grow your own microgreens. And I was like, well, for one, what the hell are microgreens? It's like tiny vegetables, basically. It's like tiny
the baby corns.
Well, it's like more like tiny red cabbage and stuff like that, or like lettuce
Okay.
and stuff like that. And you can grow. It's an 8-day growing cycle, and you just they only grow about that tall. You only need like a tray this big, one little lamp.
and only 6 injections of
And only
HGH.
but
Rub my
yeah,
lamp.
so I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to do that just because I want to grow plants again because I enjoyed that a lot. And then plus you get to eat them, and if I really wanted to, I could sell them at the farmer's market
True.
in town.
That's true.
When that comes back. So I think I kind of want to set up one tray this week. I want to set up a tray of microgreens and see how it goes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I just
interesting.
have to see how much the equipment is.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I may not be
I
able
think
to
it's
do it
just
this
like a
week.
tray and then.
Well, you do the
dirt,
tray, you
right?
got to get the seeds, you got to get the dirt, you got to get a light. I have everything else, but I need the light, the tray, the seeds.
What kind of light do you like? A UV light or something?
No, it's
or?
like a fluorescent tubed light that you have to use. That's what you usually use when you grow plants anyways, but
How do you know that?
because I've grown plants
Oh,
before.
just kidding, shit.
Not those kinds. I haven't grown weed. But so yeah, I might do that too. That might be another skill. So main skills, the water. Second skill,
do
if
they
I
ha-
can afford it, is the microgreens.
Do they have marijuana microgreens?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby marijuanas.
Little tiny baby
Little
marijuana.
baby man. It's a little,
What's
nug.
little baby
Yeah,
pop?
one little nug.
Little babies.
Little baby nug.
Try selling that at the farmer's market.
Hey, I have these microgreens, and then I have the microgreens. Dog.
The microgreens, if you know what I mean.
You know what I mean? Microgreens. I don't know
what I'm popping so much today.
Just set that.
Fuck.
Wow.
Split the desk in half.
You guys are destroying my
My equipment.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I do like these desks a lot though, because these
Yeah.
desks
They
that are
move
in
up
here,
and down.
these are motorized desks, so they can
Yeah.
lift up.
They're real
very
nice, like,
fancy.
they're real nice,
I love
like-
this place.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is a really nice place.
So we got our skills out of the way. That's
Yes.
done. Those are good. We know that we've done them now. First
Cha-cha.
topic of conversation.
Birds aren't real.
Truth. It's
Kidding.
for true.
Kidding. No,
it's for true.
not. It's not for
Earth
true.
is flat. Birds aren't
Flying
real.
rats.
They're just us, but flying.
No, they're not real. Birds aren't fucking
They're real as fuck.
No, the FBI invented birds. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Go get a bird.
Go get a bird.
Cut it open, and we'll see who's
Go
lying.
get a bird.
Go get a bird. Cut it open.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't.
I'm just saying, cut a bird open and tell me
Prove,
that there's...
prove it to me.
Prove that birds are real. You can't prove to me that birds are real. Prove it. Prove it. Give me one case scenario where you could prove that a bird is real and not an animatronic thing built by the FBI to spy on us.
It's super fucked up because the only way you can counter that
Is
is
by
by
cutting-
bringing in a bird and just open filleting a bird in front of someone.
Yep.
You have to be that guy. You have to, and they have to be with
that
you
guy.
when you catch the bird.
Yeah.
Like you can't just.
I have
like,
to know that
crossbow.
you're. No, I have to
And
know
then-
that you're catching the bird. I have to witness you catch a bird.
Yeah.
Then I have to witness you butcher a bird.
Yeah.
Now,
Just to
now
prove
you don't
you
have
wrong.
to butcher it. You don't have to butcher it. You could technically give it just a little incision. No, I need to see the whole thing
Yeah.
inside because they could just create a living animal in a lab and then put little mics inside of it, like a little bionic fucking bird. I don't
Yeah.
know. So I got to be able to see the whole insides. So you got to butcher this bird.
But wouldn't that qualify as an actual bird if it's just like some bionic creature flying around?
Yeah,
Like
so
that-
he just no. I think at the core, the people who say that they're not birds and have that counter argument, are like, no, prove it. Just want
it.
to see people butcher birds in front of them. That's like their king.
because birds are assholes. So I
Well,
wouldn't even
some
mind that.
birds.
Birds
Some
are assholes.
No.
Also,
All
speaking
birds
of
are
like fucked up things and butchering animals, watched a docuseries recently
Yeah.
that became a huge hit on Netflix.
Hmm.
It's called Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yeah.
And it is basically about this video, this like small video that got published of this guy that did some really like, he
Some
put-
nasty
He
shit.
put 2 kittens in a vacuum seal bag.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
That's really
and it was
fucked
on
up.
YouTube. And so then it got shared across like these couple, like this small group of people on Facebook saw this
Mm-hmm.
video and were like, "Fuck this guy, we need to find him." So the one main lady is a data analyst
Mm-hmm.
in Vegas, and so she's like trying to figure this out. Well, this small group of people turns into a group of like 200 people, and they're literally going frame by frame of this video to try and figure out where this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 3-part series. It's like an hour long every episode, and it goes through like all of a sudden now like Interpol gets involved to find this guy.
What?
Like the
Holy
FBI
fuck.
gets. It's insane what this guy ends up doing, and like what I don't know how he had the resources to do what he did for one, and I don't know. It was some dark web shit that this guy got into, like that they were like unraveling it. Like the one lady, I don't want to give too much away, but the one lady, I'll just give one tiny little piece away. It's very small, but it shows how much pull this guy somehow had. So the one main lady that's like trying to track this guy down, she doesn't use her real name on this Facebook page, right? She doesn't
Yeah.
use any of her real information. It's like a fake page basically
Right.
that she uses. So this guy creates a sock puppet account, which is basically it's like a ghost account.
Yeah.
Creates, and he's done it a bunch of times. Well, he creates one, gets into this Facebook group, and just posts her name, and it's a link, and it's a link to a video of him, like a live video of him in the casino that she works at. He found out where she worked, and this guy's not from the United States. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, that's creepy, but that's also kind of a baller move.
But you don't.
like,
But
in a terrible way.
What's so weird is when you finally, when the ending all comes out, you still don't quite understand how this guy was able to do all that. Like, how did he have the money? How did he have the resources to do all this?
I mean, he wouldn't need much to do that. All you need is an IP address, and
You
can
don't
figure out
understand.
a lot of shit from that.
There's way more. There's way
I need
more
to watch
around
this,
it that
yeah.
you're like, how the fuck did this guy do some of this stuff? And how did he figure these? It's weird. It's weird.
See, the thing is, people think that just because they have like a login, they can create some sort of fake password.
But she's a data analyst. I mean, she's like, she's high.
Well,
she knows tech.
Data analyst is different than like a virtual security officer.
Right,
or something,
but she deals with like securities for casinos.
Okay.
Is what
yeah,
I'm saying.
that's
So
true.
like in Vegas.
Yeah.
So this lady knows some shit, and it's just weird. But anyways, I just wanted to get that because we brought up the whole birds thing.
Yeah.
And it all spawns from this guy fucking with cats, and then it gets way worse from there.
See, that's why I stay very far away from having a lot of my personal information on the internet.
True.
I mean, like, anybody can find my personal information online any ways that they really wanted to. Yeah. But it's like I try to keep as much of my personal life in the real world instead of the virtual world as much as possible.
No, I agree with that.
It's fucking terrifying out there.
It's just weird. Well, yeah,
I think people kind of overlook that to see like how secure the internet actually is because it is not secure at all.
At all.
So
Anyone can find you anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's weird. But yeah, so I just want to get that out there because that was
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, it's literally it's 3 hours. It's segmented into 3 parts, and it's just a 3 hour basically a documentary.
Yeah.
And it just every episode is just like, what the fuck?
Because I love stories like that.
Buy a VPN. Everybody that's on the internet, buy a VPN.
NordVPN is a big one.
Do it. We're not even
Hashtag
sponsored, but just do it.
I want to get sponsored by them. So Nord, if you're listening, straight up, give me a sponsorship.
We love you.
But yeah, NordVPN is a huge one to use. I like that one a lot. So anyways, on to other topics that are
lighter
not as
topics.
dark. All right, here's one for you guys. This is a shower thought from Jake.
He's like, so I put cats in a vacuum
So I
seal
put
bag.
cats in a vacuum seal bag, and these people are following me.
Oh my God.
I went
Okay.
to this casino last week.
So here's my thing. Do you think my topics for today kind of revolve around like tech and like the new era that we're in.
Let's do this.
Do you think that textbooks, college, high school textbooks are going to become obsolete in the next 5 years or so? Because for one, you've got people that want to go more green, right? So, and paper's recyclable, don't get me wrong, but production of paper is not. So it's like, that's one thing. Two, it's like everybody's using computerized versions of this now. You know, everybody, you have the power of the internet now. Why are we still lugging around textbooks for one, and are we going to continue to do that within the next 5 years?
I think it's all just a matter of opinion on that point because there's some people that do really well with like studying reading materials. And there's some people that have a better time learning from like experience or like learning from people telling them something.
But do you think that it's like, and here's the other thing. Here's my other thing about it is that, so like textbooks, you guys remember in high school, you'd get like a textbook, you get like, say, a history book or whatever, right? The second another major event in history occurs, all of those have to be thrown out.
They're obsolete.
They're obsolete completely. You can't use those anymore. But the ones you are using, even before that, they're not great. And then what are you going to do? The second they become obsolete, you have to throw those away and get brand new ones.
Yeah.
It costs a school a shitload of money. And I mean,
costs you a shit ton of money.
You a shit ton of money. Whereas you could have just a hosting feed, basically a hosting server for that school that it gets updated regularly for those classes. So math, that gets updated regularly. Or
that's what MIT
history
does. MIT has a completely virtual library. Actually, anybody can access it. So if you wanted to take an MIT course, all their school information is right online. I've taken probably like 7 different MIT classes technically.
No shit.
Of just like researching the materials on them.
I signed up for Skillshare actually.
Yeah,
Hashtag
that's a good one.
Not sponsored.
See, that's
Skillshare.
That's what I want more things to kind of evolve into is just being able to like take self-contained classes. Yeah, because that's how people really.
Now I get that some people need the guidance.
Yeah,
that's true. That's why they still have options for going in class for college rather than online. But give people the option to be self-guided. Because like I remember in high school, like if I would read too far ahead in a book, I would get in trouble. Yeah, like they're like, stop doing that. Why? I enjoyed this book. And I don't want to go at this slow-ass pace that your fucking kids that don't give a shit about this book, they're not reading it. Let me just read the book at my fucking pace.
Because everybody learns differently. Yeah. And so That's why I just love the self-guided education. That's why I love YouTube so much as well.
Oh my
I've
God.
learned so much, even from like the entrepreneurship stuff.
What do you think I'm going to do with the car stuff?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Straight
just,
up YouTube.
Honestly, I spend hours on YouTube. I listen to podcasts, audiobooks, all that kind of stuff,
Yep,
and then
audiobooks all the time.
I do like the online courses all the time, just to learn something new. I mean,
Yeah.
you should like if something that they
Audible,
always say in the startup realm is that if you are not growing, then you're dying.
Exactly.
And so like that's what I kind of focus my education stuff on.
That's
all
why
the
I love
time.
like
So it's
Audible. Hashtag not sponsored, but Audible's great. I've used them. I've read like probably close to 100 books or listened to close to 100 books on there, and I love it. It's so cheap every month, and I get like 3 credits a month or something like that, and I just get to choose any book. I can return books that if I don't like them or if I finish with them, and I get my credit back. Like no questions asked. I get my credit back, and I can get a new book. Like they're pushing for you to read more, and so I'm interested because it's like why are we still implementing hard copied textbooks into
but that
now granted, who knows? Like, what is the cost to that compared to the cost of having a hosted feed with being updated server content and everything too?
The reason that they're not going to stop doing textbooks though is because it's a huge money maker for school systems.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like it. If they go without that revenue, then they're going to have to increase tuition prices again, which that is not going to happen because nobody's going to go to school at that point. So. That's
but nobody
why
even uses the textbooks. They literally just buy it.
I love
the barcode.
I love the
Everything else
education
is-
system, but I hate the schooling system. So it just doesn't mesh well together at that point.
Melded
So.
and meshed and googled, mangled.
Actually, there's a slam poet called Sully Breaks. If you guys ever watch him on YouTube, and he does actually a segment called "I love
The British one, or the
I
English?
hate school, but I love education."
The English one?
Yeah,
yeah.
really, really good
I've seen
guy.
that exact video. Actually.
Go check that out on YouTube. It's like 8 years old now, but it's still an awesome poem.
And it's still current. Like he's still.
Yeah.
It makes.
It's funny how nothing's changed since then.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost a 10-year-old video.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So on to the technology stuff though. So like, I don't know. You're right though. They're probably never going to be obsolete, but
No, as long as it keeps them, keeps revenue flowing into the schools, it's
they're not
never
gonna-
going to change anything.
But I think the big reason of why that came into my mind was because CES came out with they had their annual. So CES does like an annual technology conference. Basically, it's huge. Biggest companies in the world are coming to this thing. Like Uber is doing stuff and everything. And so I was watching that, and some of the stuff that we're going to be seeing in the next 5 years.
Oh, it's insane.
Is fucking nuts, dude. It's nuts. Like I wrote a few of them down that I was like, how are we? Like it's just crazy that we're at this level. So like one of them. So it's called scent marketing. So basically, what it does is it's an AI, and it's like a little mobile. It's almost like a diffuser machine, but it's an AI that detects like not emotion, but not
Like
detects
heart
it.
rate?
Well, no, it basically it sets you can like set a there's a couple different things. One of them you can set a mood. So like if you're in a but no, say like if you're in a bookstore or something, you can activate this thing and it will release a scent that will encourage people to want to buy books, basically.
What?
Or like if it's in a candle store, you know how like they just have candles that are scented.
Yeah.
And they put those ones towards the front of the store because you smell that right away. You can do that with a scent machine. But they also have stuff that it can like read the mood or like the current mood. If you want to set it for a current mood, it can release a scent based on that mood to enlighten it. So like
They're
lavender,
just diffusing drugs.
It's fucking weird. It's weird. And it's basically just an AI machine that companies can use.
That's actually a great idea.
It's fucking
I mean,
nuts.
that's some subliminal shit there,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that's really interesting.
I mean,
wouldn't mind checking that out.
but and I thought at first the same thing. I was like, okay, that's
a little
that's
like-
some subliminal power, but
Yeah.
they're doing it anyways. They're doing it with video. They're doing it. Look at cologne or like perfume. Look at those commercials. Those commercials have nothing to do with it, but it shows luxury, it shows mystery, it shows sexy, and that's what they're selling. They're selling subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever.
You know what I would love to see?
Subliminal sense, I'll take it.
I would love to see like a Chanel commercial where like they have like these like 12-pack people just like diving off of mountains and shit like that into the water, and all of a sudden it's like an ad for BP. You just see the person swimming into like an oil spill.
God damn it.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. What was some other ones? Oh, the Samsung Bali robot. So it's literally an AI robot that follows you around. It's like a spherical ball. Obviously. It follows you around, and as you complete tasks, it checks them off your checklist. So like your to-do list. So you can like do a to-do list on your phone and everything.
So it's like a little pep talk.
Yeah, and it follows you around and it goes
like a BB-8.
Oh, you've completed your task, and it just checks it off your list.
I wouldn't like somebody hovering over me like that.
How does it know that like you're doing that task?
Yeah.
Like water the plant, and it just looks at you and goes, "That motherfucker's."
I guess it's a lot less
plant."
threatening than like a drone following you. Did you send that email to Karen?
Just send that fucking email. Oh god. So what's
Initiating incentive. It's this little taser.
I was like, all task completed. Initiating self-destruct.
Jeff, time to wake up. Jeff, time to wake up. Jeff, wake up.
Initiating alarm system. Tasers activated.
What was another?
I mean, that's a cool idea. I feel like that'd be a little.
It's a little weird.
It's a little
Intrusive.
intrusive.
Why do you need
a
it?
little
Why do you
invasive
need
there.
it? Why just click done on your phone? I don't know.
do it.
Whatever. It's cool.
I hate all these companies trying to create stuff that's like, oh, it's going to make your employees more productive.
yeah.
And it's like, no, it's going to make me feel threatened to that point because I have this tiny little ball robot thing following
What's
me
going to
around.
happen
making sure that I
is
take
I'm
care of my
going
shit.
to now take a lot of my paper from my desk and I'm
Right.
going to build a fortress out of that paper.
I mean,
and
does the
put
little
ball in fortress?
Does the
You'll
little
never
ball
get out, little ball.
Does the little ball like snitch on you if you're like
No,
on
it's
Facebook?
meant to
at
be
work?
for it's meant to be
BB-8?
for your house. It's meant to be like a home robot that
it was
follows
like,
you around.
I thought it was like for work.
No, it's like when you
I was
do a
like-
to-do list, like
So that's for lonely people.
clean the room, or
That don't
like
wanna
water
get
your plants.
animals.
And it just, but now
See,
that you've said that,
I
that
thought
could
it was for
easily
work.
that could
Yeah.
easily be implemented for
Yeah.
workplaces,
Yeah.
and I don't like that now.
No, that's
fuck
what
the
I'm-
Bali
that-
robots.
see, that's
Don't
what
like
happens.
it.
I'm gonna
Samsung,
stomp
get
the
it off.
fucking thing.
Samsung, get it off the list.
I definitely thought it was like for productivity at work.
No.
Because imagine this
It's
whole
like
thing
a-
on your desk being like, so did you ever send that fucking email? Or like,
Yeah.
hey, do you take care of the
No,
payroll
no.
a
yet?
direct line to the boss who's
Right.
just sitting with a panel and he can just click on a number and then it pulls to a cubicle.
Right.
Because I guarantee it's not just going to be, if there's a visual aspect to it where it has to recognize you doing something or accomplishing something, there's going to be a feed to it.
Yeah.
Imagine the HR team has like a little active chatbot that connects to it.
Oh,
and
hell
so that they
no.
can be
Oh,
like,
hell
oh, hey,
no.
this
Oh, hell
person's
no.
not taking care of their shit.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
Come on, guys.
All right. Anyways, on other stuff. So Hyundai and Uber have teamed up, and they did this last year too, I think. But they've released a project vehicle, basically, of it. They're creating the first ever flying taxi,
I've seen that. Yeah, they were talking about doing that last year.
and now they've released a prototype of
They
the
have?
actual vehicle
Really?
at CES. They did, yeah. It was weird. It's crazy.
I feel kind of unsafe with that. Is it self-driving? Or is it like...
I would imagine it has to be.
Well, they're still
Because you
working out
can't
the
have
kinks for
people.
fucking Tesla.
What are they going to do with that with the airspace control?
But
Like,
here's the
yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. You're
Air
looking.
traffic
You're
control and
looking years into the future. 10
Yeah, but-
years into the future. They've got a lot of time
Right.
to expand on this. Now that AI has become a thing in cars with Tesla,
Yeah.
you just open a market
Yeah.
because Tesla's going to be the main producer of this or main
Actually-
production company for autopilot, and they're going to be on the verge with. Well, it's them. And I guess technically Toyota and
I was going to say actually Google, because Google already has self-driving cars.
Oh, that's true,
Because
yeah.
they've actually already implemented a rideshare program with their automated cars, and it's
Really?
it's
That's
just taking
true,
place,
yeah.
I think, in Arizona right now. So they're testing it out, and they're trying to get that
Weirdly
large scale
enough,
pretty soon.
Arizona, there's where is it at in Arizona? It's right by where I was at. Is like the new Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
It's like slowly becoming like this new tech hub. It's weird. It's just popped up in the middle of the desert.
Good.
And it's becoming this new tech hub because Silicon
Arizona
Valley is
was a
becoming
garbage
so.
fucking spot.
They had all this.
What?
They had all this-
Arizona?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Arizona's beautiful.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
Arizona has the Grand Canyon, asshole.
Sweet.
But I think the thing is that Arizona is close enough to California still that they still have all those people
yeah.
that live there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's so much cheaper to get
Way
real estate out
cheaper,
there
yeah.
because it's just empty.
And
There's
Silicon
nothing
Valley
there.
is so flooded now, like
Yeah.
with companies.
There's
and
too many,
everything.
and it's too expensive to do anything over there now because they've already increased all the rent prices and like to get like an apartment over there, it's what like $5-10 grand a month.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
ridiculous.
insane.
Yeah.
So
fuck that.
yeah, that's why we work here in the
Yeah,
Midwest doing
exactly.
stuff.
We're
so
in our own little tech hub.
Yeah, 'cause-
so the last one that I thought was wild. It's a new artificial intelligence. It's by Neon is the name of the company, I think. But they showed videos of like this AI working on a television screen or like a laptop and everything, and it looks like a human.
I don't like that.
It's virtual, but it's like looks like a human talking to you.
No. Not a fan.
Let me show you
Not a
that
fan of
shit.
that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Nope. If I'm going to be talking to a robot, I want it to look like a robot because I want it to be like, I don't know. I don't want some like I Dream of Electric Sheep type thing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what it
No,
looks like.
fuck that. I don't like that at all.
That's what they look like, and they're talking to you. That's a person.
Can you program it to look like whoever you want?
I
Oh, what's up, Olivia Wilde? How you doing?
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Stop it. I mean, I would imagine, and it's full body. Like, it's a full body thing that they're
Yeah.
creating. It's weird. Like, imagine that following you around the house, like in your, you know how they have the Peloton mirrors.
What was
now?
that fucking movie? What was that movie?
it was
the one with
with,
Johnny Depp or
no.
No, it was like a family that moves into this house, and the house is a smart house.
Smart
Yeah,
house.
smart house.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a Disney
Yeah,
movie. I
Smart
just
House.
watched it the
Yeah.
other day.
So
I was
we're
thinking
gonna
you were
have Smart House.
I thought you were talking about the other one. It's like a futuristic movie. He's a cop, but it can tell when a crime is going to happen. This AI can tell when a crime is going to happen before it happens.
iRobot.
No,
No, isn't that the Johnny Depp one? Or is that the...
no, it's not Johnny Depp. It's like not Brad Pitt, but it basically they can tell with this AI.
It's not Minority Report. No, it's-
Minority Report.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Minority Report. That's what it was. Yeah, that one was weird too. That
See, I don't like
shit.
that. For some reason that makes me feel kind of eerie.
Tom Cruise. That's who it was.
Yeah. I don't know. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't like. I don't mind the Google and Alexa stuff because it just looks like a little robot. You know, I don't mind talking to that kind of stuff.
Right.
If it looks like a human
I don't want you
and
to be
it
able to
acts like a
impersonate
human and it
a
has the
human
the
motherfucker.
intelligence to do that,
Right.
what's separating that from being a person at that point?
Well, so onto a new topic then. So what are
You know what I
speaking
mean?
of this-
If it makes independent decisions and looks like a human
It's a
and
human.
and it's technically has its own intelligence,
Yeah.
what stops that from being a
It's
person?
a
So
human
here's the
without the
Without-
organic.
yeah.
So here's
it's
the
just
thing.
a digital human.
what are
Do that to me. Put my sentence in the computer. Fuck.
and what
Beep, boop.
transcendental a trans there's a movie about that with Johnny Depp where he gets transported into an AI. But so
Transcendence.
yeah, transcendence. Yeah. So on that topic, what are like, should we have two different groups of technology? Ones that we think we should be furthering on, like AI stuff that we should be furthering on,
Or stuff that we should be
ones that we
bringing
should just be like, we're good where we're at. Maybe we leave this here because it's comfortable.
Okay. Well, first of all, Neon, shut that shit down.
Yeah, shut your artificial
Yeah.
AI, your humanistic art. But it's not
I-
human because it's in it's still an avatar.
It's in a virtual
it's an
space.
avatar
Yeah.
in a virtual space. It's
What
not.
hap-
It's not being projected onto a.
What happens when
robot.
your internet
Yeah.
goes out? Does it just like glitch out?
Yeah, it glitches out, it dies.
Is this like some sort of like Doki Doki Literature Club type stuff, or it just gains sentience and
Yeah,
takes over your
just-
life?
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I would assume it just dies, but okay.
Well,
you ever play that game, by the way?
on a
check it out. It's so good.
It's funny. So on a personal level, I really enjoy the idea of technological expanse. Like I don't care.
But in every aspect,
I think so.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll take the consequence with
See,
what I have.
there's some things that I just feel like should be. It should slow down a little
Left
bit.
to God.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like some things you want to stay organic and stay
Right,
natural. But
right.
like there's some things that I do believe most things should evolve over time.
Yeah.
But there's some things that should just remain the same. And I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little like soapboxy here, but I feel like with artificial intelligence, I feel like there's such a fine line between like improving the world and destroying the world at the same time because one
Yes, sir,
error
yeah.
can destroy everything in the infrastructure of the
Yeah,
world.
but
Right.
see,
So
it's
I'm
like-
more afraid of. I'm less afraid of AI. Like I think we'd have to go even with quantum computing. Not to get nerdy here, but like even with
Oh, we're
quantum
getting full nerd today. Let's do
even
this.
with quantum computing, I think we're still. I think we're still so far away from AI,
Like a Skynet
becoming an
scenario,
iRobot
yeah.
or Skynet scenario. I just
I
think,
don't think so,
I just
honestly.
think that it requires so much more. Like I think we think it's easy for that to occur, but you're literally having to recreate brain synapses for that to occur.
See-
for these robots to gain that sort of sentience. Like look at the most innovative AI that they have right now for robots, right? Like it's still so far away. It's still so basic. And yes, we're rapidly, growing in technology, but I've listened to a couple different high up, what do you call them? Basically scientists, but in that realm,
Like
they're-
tech gurus?
yeah, tech
Yeah.
people, and even they agree. Like we're still like people think we're way closer to this sentient robot than we actually are. Like it just requires so much more for them to be able to produce that.
See, the thing with that, though, is that look how far we've come in the past 100 years, where we used to have computers that were the
I would
size
say within
of,
the next 100 years,
I'd
say in the next 100 years, if we don't blow ourselves up, we'll have sentient robots. Yeah, definitely.
But like, all right, so like we can have, I mean, nowadays, look at what we have. We have like touchscreen tablets that that give us all the information that we want to look
phones.
up. Yeah. We have
phones.
Old computers used to be the size of the shipping containers and such.
Yeah.
And like, if we can make that happen in 100 years,
that's true.
What can we do in the next 40 with the technology that we have now?
That's true, dude. But we've talked about it before. Are we at a cusp now where technological growth is slowing?
It's Moore's law, though. It's always going to be exponential at that point. So as soon as we hit one portion, it's always going to it's always going to expand.
Honestly, like I said, on a personal level, I hope and pray that peak is a lot higher than what I expect within my lifetime, just because I'm still holding out on
my Back to the Future hoverboard.
Well, no, I gave up on that a long time ago. But after that fucking ad, Tony Hawk, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But
hey, Tony Hawk is
a saint.
Yeah, but that commercial
and
pissed me off.
I hate that he doesn't get recognized as much as he should.
He's a fucking saint. There's a lot of them in this. I don't.
Yeah,
want to
we'll get back to that.
But like, there's a lot of them in the skateboarding world that don't get mentioned there.
But no, in a way, it's more of a selfish reason. Like I want us, at least in my lifetime, to reach that point of being able to switch vessels.
Oh,
that's all I want, and it's for my own.
Able to switch over.
I kind of do too,
because I want to watch
immortality.
I want to watch the universe end. I want to see how it happens.
Yeah, I want immortality, dude.
Yeah.
I want to, even if you plug me into a fucking drive and I can only see and exist through a lens, I don't care. As long as my consciousness and my sentience can move forward in time, I don't give a fuck.
All right, so would you want that, or would you want some sort of like Ghost in the Shell type animatronic body?
Both.
Like,
Fuck. Even if you get me to the point where you can plug me into a computer and I can just sit in that computer for 150 years. To the point to where I can have a vessel, dude, plug me in, boot me up, man.
See, there was this Black Mirror episode where the afterlife could be basically achieved.
Puts it into a bear.
Dude, yeah, exactly. You just go right into like this little digital drive. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Plug me in. Like that's what I hope for. That's what I want to see in this existence.
So you're
in this
fully
lifespan.
You're fully for complete technological.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I think so too. I agree. I think that. If we create something that creates our demise, then hey, we're coming to our demise. That's it. We've done it.
It's the hubris of man.
We're not meant to survive forever.
No,
we're a parasite. No law that says that.
There's a reason why we deteriorate.
Yeah, there's no law that says humans should survive forever. Like, no, that's true. That's not a thing. But I think on a scarier note than AI is, and not that I'm against it, I still love it. It's like Higgs boson and stuff like that. That you're literally this hadron collider, like you're literally colliding atoms at unheard of speeds, and they're still trying to get faster and faster. I mean, they're trying to reach the speed of light when they collide these things, which the way that they do it is it literally creates mini black holes.
Yeah,
for them. I mean, that's the most basic way to put it. It's not, but that's what they're doing. If something goes wrong there, they're completely just obliterated a city.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that is what's crazy to me, which I'm not against it because I think it's awesome. That's how we learn.
It's more knowledge.
We've learned about black matter. We've learned about.
I think people have a misconception about black holes as well, about like how dense that they actually are. Like, if you created a real black hole here on Earth, you could fit. I think what was it? You could fit the entire mass of the Earth into like a Prius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is absolutely absurd.
That's how dense they are. It's wild. But I still like. I mean, the Higgs boson. Atom or whatever, the molecule or whatever, it's still fucking cool. It's a God particle that we've learned about now, pretty much.
It's a particle, not an atom.
Particle, that's what it is, the Higgs boson particle, basically. But yeah, it's just crazy, so I think technology is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing it, but I've always been a tech nerd kind of about that stuff, so I'm cool with expanse. AI wants to kill me, fuck it up, son. Welcome to the world.
The collider, those for actual atoms. I don't think it's for particles, though, is it? Because
they're slamming atoms together, so that they can see.
It's an atom smasher, basically. So like you're trying to get
reaction of. It's basically they're trying to recreate that
the conditions of atoms colliding and such to see if they can create. Is it like fusion power or something like that?
I don't know if it's for power or why they're trying to. They're just trying to learn.
It's
more
atomic
about
power. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not really sure.
It's wild. I've been to the place in Where's that at?
You mean CERN? Or
No. Yeah, is it CERN? Yeah,
Yeah,
CERN's
CERN.
the one. No,
are you talking about here in America?
Fermilab. Fermi. Is
Oh,
it Fermi?
okay.
Yeah, Fermilab.
Well, there's a couple different ones, but CERN's the big one.
Because Fermi
but-
holds, is the one complex that has the first half of the collider. And then there's a place in Missouri. It's another Fermi, or not Fermi,
Oh.
but it's a place in Missouri that has the other connection.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's a big loop that goes around. I don't know what the hell.
I was thinking of like the circular collider that they have in CERN. I think it's Switzerland. I
That's in
believe.
Switzerland.
I believe
Sweden?
so. Sweden.
Where it's
yeah.
the full facility.
Yeah.
In Sweden.
There's always so many conspiracy theories about CERN and what they're actually trying to accomplish. Like, oh, they're trying to open a portal to hell.
So
Or,
That's
Fermilab,
fine, dude.
and it's like, oh,
Fermilab,
that's the
I'll
entire, That's like the entire plot of Doom.
dude.
So Fermilab is it's a particle accelerator. So it's this giant loop that goes around.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
I think it's Missouri is where the other part of the loop is at. It's in Batavia is where ours is. But yeah, it just accelerates the particles in this giant loop. It's fucking nuts. Like Fermilab itself, the building is beautiful, but looks like some shit out of like Terminator. But
Nice.
it's still fucking cool. But yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting too. Like, let's say the hypotheticals. Like that's what they're actually doing. Is this like a culty kind of scenario where these scientists were like, we're gonna try and do this, and then they do open the gates to hell.
well, isn't that what Cloverfield Paradox was kind of
Kind of
related on?
Kind of, but
But it was another dimension. It wasn't hell. It was just
Yeah.
another dimension.
I was kind of drunk when I watched that, so I can't really remember.
Everybody was drunk. Speaking of which, made it most of the way through dry January,
Hey.
but fucked that up last night.
Yeah.
Or 2 nights ago. I don't remember. It was it was yesterday for lunch, I think.
Thank you, specific restaurant in
dude.
town. You know
went
who
to,
you are.
Went to a restaurant in town that makes stuffed burgers. Stuffed burgers. They're amazing. And I was like, you know what? Me and the person I was with, we were like, fuck this. Like, I'm not going to eat this amazing burger and not drink a beer with it. So we did. We drank Lakefront's IPA.
Nice.
There's a restaurant that's over kind of by the lake, in a different city. It starts with a K and ends with a Kenosha.
Okay, you can say Kenosha.
All right, Kenosha.
Can't deny
So this place called
Kenosha.
Captain Mike's. They have stuffed, and you can also choose to get your burger deep fried.
Oh, fuck me.
But
Deep
you,
fried?
you could stuff it with like bacon, mac and cheese, all that shit, and then
Oh,
they
hell
also
yeah.
deep fry it. And they also used to have Long Island pitchers that you can get.
We
for like
need to
$2.
go there. I was just in Kenosha not that long ago, too.
Yeah,
Because I was doing a little beach
It's
travel.
right off the lake, so
Oh, yeah, I gotta check it out.
I know.
We're taking a
we'll take a little
trip.
trip this week.
Taking a
yeah.
trip. Oh, yeah, we can go. Because Kenosha's only like hour and
It's not-
15,
it's
hour
not
and 20.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
And then you
fucking-
I
get
gotta
to
check
go-
to see if they're still open because it was a pretty dirty place, but it was pretty awesome. though.
Fuck,
I- I'm
the
cool with
dirty
it.
places, they
Shit.
got the best food.
The burgers are like that. Just
Oh, fuck yeah, they are.
massive. Yeah.
Fuck it up.
Cholesterol.
So I would touch on other topics, but maybe we'll do those for the live episode because I want to
Yeah.
stay on because we've done 45 or 50 minutes of technology, so
Oh,
we should
shit.
maybe
Wow.
stay on the technology topic.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep it
We'll just
rolling.
make this the tech episode kind
Yeah.
of deal. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah.
Get all
I like
nerdy
that.
on it.
I'm all about it.
So what's some other stuff that you guys are like excited to see technology wise besides being transported into a computer?
I want to have a computer-based political system,
They're pretty sweet.
like the AI controlling how things actually work, so that way it actually works
Yeah.
efficiently and there's no.
Well,
like,
see, now I think
bureaucratic
you're touching on the topic of like if AI is creating our now I think it'd be
Standards
cool
for-
because if you have quantum computing, it can decide like what is the best
and then
platform.
suggest
Well, see,
it,
that-
not just
for
put
every
into-
area,
yeah.
too.
If you had AI controlling the political system, though, what it would do, though, it would actually use actual analytics to track
Yeah.
and see what problems need to be solved and how they can be improved,
Yeah.
how they can be
And
solved.
you could
know?
make it to where it's here's the other thing too, speaking on politics, is you can't have, and I just thought about this, you can't have a political system that works for every single area.
No, it just
you
doesn't
can't
work.
have it because you have agriculture that plays into it. You have climate alone plays into
Oh, huge,
your region.
huge
Your
role.
regional climate plays into politics
Yeah.
a lot.
And it rolls right into your economics
So if
and
you had an
everything else,
AI
yeah.
that could control that by region, and it's just this overarching AI that controls it. But people are abusive of power, dude. What if somebody tries to, okay, now we control this
Adjust
AI
it, yeah.
behind doors? Like, who's controlling that AI? Who built it?
Yeah.
Who's
Well,
controlling that?
Give it to the federal government. You know,
You trust the federal? Look at what they've fucking done with our system so far.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm getting robbed blind on my fucking taxes.
But there's no way to pass like something like that without having some sort of connection with the federal
I know.
government.
All right,
Because
fine. So
you can't have
but
a
how do you-
single entity.
But if you
running
do
that.
it with a federal government, like what if it becomes international? You can't. There has to be an overarching. That's good.
Skynet.
This is what we call New World Order, folks. This is AI New World Order. This is how they're
Yeah.
going to do it. But that would be cool though.
You can have it even just report to whoever. Like whoever's running the political
guy.
system at the time,
we
like
should just have IT.
as long as we have some sort of like analytical system
Geek
that's
Squad.
actually like showing exactly like, okay, here's the kind of bureaucratic stuff that we need to be changing
Yeah.
for these regions based on data that we've collected, and have some sort of like overarching.
But they're going to look for. Here's the
System
thing too:
collects
is the government will never allow that. Our current government will never allow.
They
it
already
because-
do that. They just do it privately, and they
No,
store
I mean,
information.
that
through-
they won't.
yeah.
I mean that they won't allow because here's that AI is going to look for efficiency
Yeah.
in all regions, which means there's not really there's a
Drain
small
the swamp.
there's a small group there's a small amount of error that it allows for greed.
Yeah.
And people are not going to like
No.
those the congressmen and senators and stuff
Fuck
like
'em.
that. They're not going to like having money pulled out of their pocket. They're going to go, yeah, fuck this AI.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that needs to change too.
Yeah, you're
They're
damn
not, you're not
straight.
Well, they all need
celebrities.
to
Yeah,
die.
you're damn straight.
You're public servants. Stop taking all of our cash.
Yeah, they all need to die off.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Well,
but-
not like die, but like that rotation needs to happen, a generational rotation. Where
Oh,
they
you mean
need
like
to,
you like
get the fuck
their
out
reign
of the
needs to die? Yeah,
Drake,
I'll
what's
say
that red dot on your forehead?
I don't know.
Oh God.
But no, yeah, I can see that. Well, the reign needs to end at some point. You know, and
I
like
mean, it will.
I should have worded that differently.
They
all need to die.
That sounded anarchist as fuck.
oh my god,
whatever.
yeah. Let me go get into my bunker
But
quick.
yeah, no, I think that would be interesting. Like an AI-controlled government would be really interesting, and it'd be really efficient, and it would be. I mean,
I know that-
even if somebody could just create a platform for that, and let's say it never got implemented, right? But if somebody could create that platform to show us what it is, and just release it to the public as an open forum, and go, oh, that's what. Interesting that it thinks that that's what we need to do
Yeah,
to
and
thrive.
it's on a communal basis.
Yeah.
We might be able to change it external. To
Like
the
I would like to see
ecosystem.
where
know
it
what
puts,
else?
I would like to see where it puts the budget.
Yeah.
I want to see where for every region it puts the budget
School.
for the
I
government.
know how to sell
Roads.
this. I know how to sell it because that can actually make you money over time. You
Yeah.
can sell certain analytics to certain corporations through that.
Yeah.
And that can be used as your tax system.
Boom.
You collect revenue from like
From where it sees
Yeah,
the most efficient ways to collect
exactly.
taxes. Yeah.
So like you see like you have let's say that you have a state that you want to track analytics for, see how you could sell that to like whatever other marketing companies that want to do that. Like let's say that you're selling data to Google because they want to do something
Right.
over there in that state.
Yeah.
They pay for that information and that goes right into the tax system, which pays for the roads and everything else.
Hell
So if
yeah.
it's owned by the federal government or
And it's
like
just
by
all
the system,
automated and everything. That'd
yeah,
be fucking
and then also
sweet.
cuts back the tax burden on the people, which
Yeah,
means
but then,
that we can keep
but then
more
all
of
the
our income.
senators go, well, why are we here? And we go, we wondered the same fucking thing for the last 30 years. Why
Yeah.
are you here? Because we don't need you. You do nothing for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
That'd
It's
be
like you-
fucking
Except for
sick.
bicker back and forth and
Yeah.
make terrible decisions.
And you're
It's
all
like
on the
you
same
guys didn't
team.
care when our jobs got taken over by robots. Let's do the
Yeah.
same thing for you.
Yeah,
And we all know that you're all controlled by the lobbyists, so we
Yeah.
don't give a shit. What you have
You
no
mean
view of your
nothing.
own. You have no
Yeah.
view of your own, so fuck off.
Yeah.
I think we should start a campaign for getting artificial intelligence
I'm up for
political representatives.
That'd be
Shit.
nuts. Wow,
That'd
that's
be
crazy.
freaking insane.
You know, it's crazy too. I watched a documentary on Netflix, and last year, data points and data like analysis became the most lucrative
Business opportunities.
business. Not really business. It basically it outdid oil for how
Okay.
profitable and how much money it brings in. Like
Yeah.
oil brings in trillions or whatever.
Dude,
and,
data's life,
and
though.
data brought in like
With knowledge, there's
data
power,
was
dude.
like it shadowed, like just fucking obliterated oil profits. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy because
Dude.
if there's something about like something physical like oil being profitable, we know what it is. We know
Yeah.
what's going on for the
Yeah.
most part. I mean, obviously there's backdoor stuff that we don't know about that
Right.
goes on shady employers and stuff like that. But it's a physical thing that we can see being controlled. Whereas data, like,
Dude.
it's just out there. We don't know how much. You don't know how much of your data is out there. We know
Everything.
Pretty much your whole life.
Oh, I know
on there.
exactly how much of everybody's
Your-
data is
like
out
pretty
there.
much
Yeah.
your
100%.
Yeah, your whole life is sold. Like
Yeah.
people are selling your information.
Dude.
100% of your information is getting sold. And it's just,
Absolutely.
wow, that's crazy.
Well, it's what amazes me is just how fast that reaction time is too with that data. So I looked up the hairdryer stuff. Okay. I appreciate that. I felt that on my arm.
Yeah, I don't know why that annoyed me, but it did.
Fucking hair ties, man.
No.
But even just how fast that information gets sent or gets adjusted or rearranged to the point of like advertising.
Yeah.
So I looked up on Google. Okay, best hair dryers for male beards, right? Real coarse, real dense hair. Because I was looking at something to kind of fluff it out so I can straighten it down with the comb.
Right.
Within 5 minutes,
It was on your
my
Facebook
Facebook.
timeline. Yep.
Every fucking ad.
Yep.
Every ad. As I was like, I had the YouTube in the corner and I'm scrolling and I'm just looking at all this stuff and just listening to these dudes talking about it.
Yep.
Every fucking ad.
And they're getting better. Like they're getting more precise with
Instantaneous.
Because I've noticed in like the past 2 years, I have found myself clicking on more of the ads and liking more pages.
Yeah.
Like that's how good they're getting. Because before it was like, why the fuck do I want this? I don't give a shit about this ad. But now I'm like,
You guys want to know how good it is getting? It's getting to the point where they can actually listen into your phone conversations, or not phone conversations, but personal conversations, because everybody has their phones on them, and it has a microphone.
Yeah.
And
Right now it's listening.
We know that it's listening because we can activate our voice assistants through
Yeah.
it. They can collect data through your conversations
Mail
that you're
order
having.
bride.
I swear to God, I say that we do this for the live, where we just talk about some random product. Like we'll pick something random, talk about it, and see how many ads we get later on. We'll report it on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm up for it.
all right, I know what I'm going to, wait, we should talk
We
about.
should pick one product that we all talk about and see if it pops up on our, like we could just talk about, we'll talk about canoes or something,
I'm gonna
just
talk about.
pick
Well,
a
I thought
product.
I got a topic kind of for our live. So
Well, we'll just make a
talk
lot of mentions about
something
one
like
thing.
that,
Yeah.
And it's funny because it kind of revolves around one sort of thing. Yeah, this would be interesting.
Yeah.
This is
We'll pick
interesting.
one product that we just talk about briefly at certain spurts and see how many times that we get ads for that later on throughout the day, and we'll post it on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm up for it.
Oh, I'm so in.
Yeah?
So tune into our live episodes.
And
to
it'll
see
be
this
what,
shit.
18 this week? Extra credit show.
18.
Yeah,
18
18
this week, yeah.
Perfect.
And it will be recorded, so when you're hearing this episode go live, you can go
roll
back
over
to
to
our
YouTube.
YouTube page,
Pager.
and
Yeah,
go back to
par.
that and look at the extra. It's just called Extra Credit Show.
Yeah.
We post them every week.
I'm
so.
genuinely curious about that. That's
Yeah,
going to
that'd
be
be
interesting. So
Man, technology's weird.
it is. It's scary, but it's good.
Fucking weird. But you know what? I think
There's a cost to everything, I guess. So,
fuck it up.
yep.
It's helping
Fuck
me.
it up.
Fuck it up.
Dude, just put me
As
in
Gandhi
the-
once said.
As Gandhi once said, fuck it up.
Fuck it up and
Confucius
drop the
once
nukes.
said, Yeah.
As Gandhi once said,
Is
Gandhi.
that from Civilization?
This from Civilization. I love that that's a thing. I absolutely love it. Do you know about that?
No.
There's a guy. Okay, so back when Civilization,
Like the game.
Yeah, the
Symbol-
game
I loved
Civilization.
Civilization.
Okay, so in
like
the
Civilization
earlier
3?
editions
Or-
of it was like 3. It was one
I
of the
have
first
3.
Okay, so
Gandhi says that in
no,
3?
no. So there was a bug in like Gandhi's AI that made him hyper aggressive,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and so he would get to nuclear levels and
he
just
would
start
just
bombing people.
everyone?
Like no communication. He would just start bombing people, and when they started getting reports of it. They're like, that's fucking hilarious. We're going to keep that as a staple of the game.
Yeah.
So in every installment that's come
Gandhi
post,
can be like super aggressive
Gandhi
if you
is
want him to.
always aggressive.
Oh, that's
Always.
fucking
He's the
amazing.
most aggressive leader in that game.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Man, that throws me back.
Oh my god, dude.
I love
Hours.
the Civilization
Hours.
games, man. Those are my favorite.
Man.
Just fuck people up in that game.
Now I kind of want to go play that.
I know, dude. I think I have like
I have 3.
I need to get a TV mounted over here so that way we can play that in the office.
We need to, we need to get a TV in here so that we can, and just like a simple system in
I'm
here
actually
that we
looking
can
into
just play
doing that at
games.
some point
Yeah.
soon. I'm just getting something in here.
And we'll just
I'm all
play
for it,
games
man.
whenever come in and play a video game
Yeah.
whenever everyone's
Well, then
hanging out.
we could like share screen stuff as well. So that'd
Yeah.
be kinda cool.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
'cause
use
we
it.
can
It's a business write-off.
business write-off for business stuff.
Hell
For
yeah, I'm
business.
actually a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That'd be fun.
Dope.
Because we can get a cheap TV too.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a nice one. Oh, we can even get like a cheap one for like $100 and it does.
Oh, get a display.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's when I bought my TV. Like that was, I mean, that was a couple of years ago. But even that display was like a 72-inch TV.
Oh, yeah.
and it was like $600.
Yeah, you just buy the display version because you
Yeah.
get a huge discount on the display version.
Damn.
And if we don't need it for something like high powered like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I mean, you're not burning out pixels or anything because it's just the same rotation of fucking screenshots.
we should
Yeah.
look into this.
Yeah.
business expense.
right there.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh man, I probably want it there so that way.
Oh
we can
yeah,
share it
because
between
then you
desks.
get
Yeah.
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 Are you gonna hang it?
Yeah, you can mount stuff. That's what they did in the other room, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll have to look and see what kind of bracket they have.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Check it out.
It's just paper
We're getting
clamps.
real cool in this
Yeah.
studio / office
We
space.
need to get curtains though.
Yeah, we do. Curtains.
Fuck a curtain.
Because I'd like to if we're gonna do that, I'll bring a console and play like
Yep.
Doom or something.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
yes.
And then you could do recordings in here.
Yeah.
That'd be great, actually.
I love how like our episodes always evolve into us having like small
This is what
business meetings.
this is
But it's
why
cool.
we're friends.
But
This is why we're all
and
friends.
here's the thing: is I could stop this recording and stop like
Yeah.
that.
And we're still gonna talk,
But
yeah.
we're still talk about it. But I like having people know like, oh my god, this is what they're talking. Like this
Yeah.
is what they want to do and stuff. So it just kind of hypes the people up.
And
'Cause
if-
I'm hyped up about it.
Well, and it, and at its core, like this is how we've always operated, though.
Yeah.
Like even with just friendship and shit. Like
Yeah.
this has always been a staple of that is the snowballing, the
Yeah.
constant riffing. It
Somebody
just
says one
creates-
small thing and you're just like, oh wait, hold on, we can
Hold
play
up.
on this. Let's play on this.
Like
I mean, that's been-
I'm not in any way, shape, or form a philanthropist, but
You mean an
A
entrepreneur?
full-on rapist?
a full-on rapist.
You mean an entrepreneur? Because philanthropist is somebody that contributes to charities.
Well, I'm just saying, like in any way, shape, or form, do I commit or donate or whatever to any external shit outside of myself or down the road? It's more of like an in a moment kind of thing. But moments like that, where it's just the riffing and snowballing, is I don't know. It's almost inspirational.
It's funny because we were talking about this earlier too, like earlier this week that like Walker had made a comment of like, oh, we need to get like Drake more into like the entrepreneurial world, and I was like, dude, if only
not
you,
that guy.
Well, here's the thing though, I like that you say that because.
You totally
And maybe
are.
you don't notice it either, but you have like I've watched just from us doing this podcast, I've watched the development of you like gaining more interest, and it's like totally subconscious. Like I don't even think you know you're doing it. And the big moment
I
for
don't
me
hate
too.
this.
The big moment for me too, when I was like, wow, this guy's like actually like getting into
Yeah,
this. One of them for me was when we had first talked about Coffee Talk. It was very recent. We had first talked about Coffee Talk. I had just brought up the idea and mentioned it, and this guy immediately went, "How much are the mugs? We need to buy the mugs." Like he knew marketing right away, like that we need to buy the mugs, and he was willing to upfront cost it. Like, all right, we got to get these, and I was like, oh shit.
That right there is
This is it. Like
entrepreneurship.
Drake's like getting into like you don't notice it, but
Yeah.
we are convincing you into
One of us.
I don't have
One
the
of
money.
us.
I don't have the money to
you
do
don't
it.
you don't
No.
need
Oh,
the
dude,
money.
none
You
of us have the money for it.
No. You have- but it's a mindset. Entrepreneurship
Right,
is a mindset.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's
No, for
not-
sure.
It's not a monetary thing, and it's funny to watch your progression just from this podcast. Watching your progression of like just simple. I want a simple work,
this
simple
space is
land, like, and you've now become like. You still enjoy that work, and I know that you're gonna. And I'm not pushing you either way,
Right.
But I've just watched this progression of you slowly come into terms of like, I enjoy this. I like having control of this, and it's just like,
Well,
oh,
that's-
it's interesting.
Yeah, that is
he's
really
falling
interesting
into this
because I
role.
never, I like
Yeah.
looking like subjectively, like reflecting on what you guys just said. Like, I would have never considered that. I never
Yeah.
would have noticed that. So
And
that's
it's like
interesting.
yeah, it was a big hint to me. I was like, no, dude, you don't understand. Like this guy's getting there. Like
We
he's
both noticed this
slowly-
over time, so it's just
like-
really cool to see.
Yeah,
So-
you have like this slow progression of of ownership and entrepreneurship, and it's really cool to watch. I
And
don't
the thing
know,
is, like,
'cause
entrepreneurship isn't just like guys like getting up in suits and doing shit like that all the time. It's
right.
just like
It's the
it's just
small shit,
creating
yeah.
stuff. That's all
I
it
do
is.
like wearing
It's-
suits.
Yeah, I like wearing suits too,
love
but it's
wearing
like
suits.
at its core, it's just about creating something, like getting an idea and creating that idea and making that be a thing.
Yeah.
Basically, that's,
And the
that's all
fact,
it is.
yeah, and it's just like the fact that you were so driven to like the fact that you knew right away we should get mugs for this because I didn't think of it like that was strictly on him. The fact that you thought an advertising aspect of it or a marketing aspect of it, and the fact that you were just like without any other talks and discussions, it was an immediate action of let's get these mugs.
Yeah.
Like it was an immediate, like there was no questioning, there was no nothing. You just were immediately like, okay, let's do this,
That.
and like knowing that like you were planning steps in your head, and I was like, this guy's fucking in it now.
got it.
Like he's fucking becoming one of us.
Reel him in.
Becoming one of us. And like I said,
Do I get a pin now?
Yes.
there's a secret
little
handshake
badge.
we teach you. Yeah. But no, like I said, like I'm not trying to persuade
No,
you in
no.
either way. Like I think, you obviously live the life that you want, but it's fun watching it happen.
Evolve.
It's just cool to
That's
watch.
that's really interesting actually because I don't know.
Before
I guess
you know it, you'll be wearing suits, coming up with shitty business ideas just like the rest of us.
We'll get you into the cult.
sweet,
Cult.
awesome.
There's a Facebook group.
There's a
Oh God.
sweet.
Well,
Sometimes we get pizza.
sometimes
Pizza.
on Fridays.
Shit, yeah.
But anyways,
Oh, man. Well, guys, thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us again this week.
we appreciate you all. Thank you.
Be sure to go check out our live that we're going to be
Yes,
getting up
yes, yes,
later
yes.
on, I guess, yesterday.
And hopefully Coffee Talks will be starting this week, I assume. I think
Yes.
so. No promises, but I'm hoping that it'll start
This week we will make it work.
Yeah, and we are really headstrong on the episodes now. We're going back to show notes because for a while there, you probably all noticed we were not doing show notes, and so
Just
we're-
diverted
yeah.
into madness.
Yeah, so we're getting back into show notes. We're really diving in, trying to just make this the best experience we can for you guys.
'Cause I think today's episode was actually
Yeah, it was a
pretty
really
So,
good
yeah,
episode.
it
and
worked
it's
out.
just having that little bit of structure.
Nerded
So,
out.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Go to our Facebook, like the page. Just
I
look
gotta
up.
get a haircut.
No, it looks good.
Sorry.
Just
No,
look
just
up.
play with it. It's fun.
Just look up what
It's
we
all
learned
feathery.
this week. Go to the Facebook page. Go to Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. Get extra content and all that fun stuff. And like and subscribe on our YouTube. And other than that, thank you, all
Please
of
and
you.
thank
You're
you.
so wonderful. Have a great
We
week.
love you. Bye.
And bye-bye. Bye.